Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored Never Boring. I have a very quick video today talking about Space Crusade bases. Long-time viewers may recall that a long time ago I started preparing to paint my copy of Space Crusade. That project came to an immediate halt for two reasons. Firstly, I wanted to make some more playthroughs for the game and I didn't like the idea of making that content with a half-painted set. Secondly, I couldn't settle on the best way to finish the bases. When painting miniatures for Advanced Hero Quest and Dungeon Quest, I used a freehand flagstone pattern. I could paint this relatively quickly and it unified the miniatures for use in the game. However, Space Crusade is more of a challenge. Freehanding patterns that match the artwork on Space Crusade's boards is incredibly difficult. I've done some test bases and they look terrible. More to the point, all of my Space Crusade miniatures are going to serve double duty in Advanced Space Crusade, where the miniatures are supposed to be wading through the muck and mire of the guts of a living Tyranid hive ship. And of course, my Advanced Space Crusade miniatures will also be stomping through Space Crusade. I do have a way of painting bases for a Tyranid hive ship. I did a video on that method that I will link to in the video description below. But with the miniatures jumping between the two game systems, and also probably ending up in games of Rogue Trader and miniatures agnostic systems, I don't think that's the right option either. So I started thinking I should just go for a completely neutral base, paint them black or grey for example. It's a fine solution, but I would like something a little bit more interesting. After much umming and ahhing, I have decided to go for something that somewhat straddles the line between something neutral and something thematic and scenic. I ordered a couple of sheets of embossed plasticard from Green Stuff World, which is a great company that makes some excellent products for people who like to make scenery and scenic bases. The product I purchased is their ABS double diamond textured plasticard. It's thin and easy to cut with scissors, and it has a diamond tread pattern. So you are getting a little texture that is going to give the impression of a futuristic flooring, but not so much that it's going to seem completely weird in other settings. To cut this plasticard to size, I'm first using one of these bad boys. Once I've recovered from the traumatic flashbacks of time at school, I am setting this compass to around 12mm, and I'm going to draw a circle on the reverse of the plasticard. I'm using the reverse because it's easier to draw a smooth line on it. Then I just have to cut the circle out as neatly as possible. I have some very fine craft scissors for needlework that I purchased specifically for cutting out stickers, transfers, plasticard segments and that sort of thing. And once you have one disc of plasticard that is as neat as possible and exactly the right size, I would suggest you set that aside and use it as your template to draw around so you don't have to mess about with the compass anymore. When you're done, you can glue your plasticard circle directly to the top of a 25mm base with super glue. Afterwards, if you need to, you can cut a little hole through it for a pin to fit through, or for your plastic miniatures, you can glue the miniatures directly to the top. I have a classic RTB01 Marine here, who will eventually end up in a Devastator squad for Advanced Space Crusade. He is going to be super glued directly to the plasticard. For painting, it's just going to be a case of using a metallic paint like Lead Belcher, then a wash of Nuln Oil and a metallic dry brush. You can add some blood splatters or whatever if you feel like it, or change up the metal colour, maybe use something coppery like Balthazar Gold sometimes. And for the rim of the base you can just use something like black or grey, or you can use different colours to pick out sergeants and specialists so they are easier to identify on the battlefield. And that's pretty much all I've got to say about this. I do appreciate this is not the most exciting basing technique, but it's cheap, quick and just generic enough that I am happy to use these miniatures in any sci-fi setting. And that's good enough for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments because that is it from me for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider pressing the like button. If you really enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing if you don't already do so. And hopefully, I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.